it's Maya. You guys know how much I value alignment, energy, and being intentional with the tools I keep in my space. That's why I was so drawn to this incredible blue apatite sphere. Look at this, guys. Honestly, my ring light doesn't do this justice. You should see it under the sunlight. I was really blown away by how it sparkles and how it shines. If you aren't familiar with blue apatite, it is widely known as the ultimate stone of manifestation and clarity. It connects deeply to the throat chakra, which helps clear away mental clutter so you can speak your truth, open up your intuition, and unlock a massive flow of inspiration and creativity. As a tarot reader, my entire career revolves around speaking my truth and providing guidance to my audience. So, a crystal that's connected with my throat chakra feels like a perfect fit for my workspace. When you're working with crystals, authenticity is everything, which brings me to Otter Spirit. They craft these gorgeous pieces, and their commitment to genuine energy is unmatched. They use over 100% authentic, hand-picked gemstones, with 80% of them ranking at premium grade AAA quality. They rigorously test every piece for scratch and heat resistance, ensuring you get the pure, raw energy of the stone with absolutely no fakes. Now, I will be honest, there's a few imperfections here, but I feel like that adds to the authenticity of this crystal, adds to the authenticity of what this product is, but also the fact that it's hand curated, hand picked, and it's not a fake, and I can clearly tell. And it's heavy. These spheres, I was not expecting it to be so heavy, but it's heavy. Otter Spirit offers a wide selection of stunning crystal bracelets along with their spheres, guaranteeing you find the perfect gemstone or curated pack for any specific intention, person, or occasion. You can even shop by zodiac signs. What made me really fall in love with Otter Spirit is every single bracelet purchased, Otter Spirit donates $1 to protect wild sea otters and fund ocean conservations through incredible groups like the Monterey Bay Aquarium. As a vegetarian and animal rights activist, you might already know this about me, but that's something that really drew me in. So you're not just bringing this beautiful, clarifying energy into your own life, you're genuinely putting good energy back out into the world. If you're interested, check out my link. It's in the description below, and use my dedicated coupon code, which are also listed in the descriptions below. But thank you guys so much for listening to this, and let's get to our reading today. Hey guys, it's Maya. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on our video today. As you can see by the title, this reading is all about your career in the rest of 2026. So I am recording this in June, so my intention is from like mid-year, which is where we are right now, from June all the way to December 2026, what is currently going on in your career, and how is your career / finances / your stability shifting from now to the end of the year. Now, for the first time ever, I actually don't have a breakdown for our reading today. I was originally going to write a breakdown as I normally do, like questions to answer, but then I just felt like just doing an energy check and then kind of just going with the flow and just seeing like what questions come up as we're going through that energy check and just answering those questions. So, because it just feels like for this reading particularly that each group might have very different energies or just different questions, different answers that you're seeking. So I just felt like a blueprint for all readings just didn't feel right for me today. So we're just going to wing it. We're just going with the flow, and we'll start off with your current energy check. And then after that, we'll just kind of see what questions want to be answered today. So yeah, that's pretty much it for what we are doing. There are 4 readings for you guys to choose from. Each reading has a different tarot deck, a different crystal, a different card that came out as I shuffled. Plus, I will also state the specific astrological placements for that card. So there are multiple ways for you to be drawn to your groups today. So let me go ahead and show you these options up close one by one. Group 1, this is the DC Tarot. This is what the back looks like. And your crystal is this light blue obsidian. And your card is Justice. This is associated with Libra. Group 2, this is the Field Tarot. This is what the back looks like. And your crystal is this orange calcite. And your random card is the High Priestess. This is associated with Moon energy. You can also say Cancer. Group 3, this is the Star Spinner Tarot. This is what the back looks like. Your crystal is this amethyst point, and your card is Strength with the association of Leo. Group 4, this is the Thoth Tarot. This is what the back looks like. And your crystal is this clear quartz point. And your card is Temperance with the keyword art and the sign of Sagittarius. Okay guys, here are all of your options laid out for you side by side. It is so cool that we have all 4 major arcana. What's even cooler is it looks like every card here depicts some kind of a feminine energy. I think that's really cool too, whether you associate it with feminine energy or not. I just think it's cool that it's kind of this coincidence and it's all major arcana. So these are all of your options laid out for you side by side. Take all the time you need to pick your groups. You can honestly watch as many as you would like. There could be multiple messages for you today. I'm going to get started with group number 1. Hey guys, if you chose the DC Tarot with this Justice card, with this blue obsidian and the association of Libra, this is your group. Hello, group number 1. Thank you guys so much for being here. And thank you for all of your support here on my channel. Whether it's your first time here or if you have watched my readings before, thank you so much for clicking on this video today. I'm not getting much of a message with Justice here. I think this is such a cool card. I also, the song by Kalani, it's called like Gangster, I think. That song was stuck in my head when I was like shuffling this deck. And I don't think I ever even watched the movie. It's associated with the movie where like Jared Leto is Joker and Margot Robbie is Harley Quinn. And for that soundtrack, she did that song called Gangster. And I don't know why it was randomly stuck in my head. I haven't heard that song in years. But that could be significant, or just DC characters could be significant. I really like this deck. I love this artwork. I think it's so cool. But I'm not getting much of a message from just this. So we're just going to move this aside. And what I'm going to do today is we're going to use this deck to start off with an energy check for this group. And like I said, I don't have a breakdown, which I've never done this. So I don't know. I just did not feel called to have a breakdown today. So what I want to do is we're just going to start off with your current energy with this deck here. And then we'll see what Spirit wants to say, what they want us to answer, all of that as we're going through this. And then we'll answer specific questions about your career with this deck. And again, keep in mind, if the energy check doesn't sound like you, or as we get into the reading, it just doesn't resonate with you, definitely check out a different group. So for group 1 here, that shows this Justice card with the DC Tarot. Ignore the garage, by the way. Let's go ahead and see, what is group 1's current energy in career? In their career in 2026 so far, what is group 1's current energy? 222 on the time. What is group 1's current energy in career? Taking a while, that's okay. What is group 1's current energy in career? We have the 6 of Swords upright. We have the 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Crystals in the reverse. Oh, interesting. It's interesting how in this card, this person is standing on the moon and it's like they're trying to get from A to B, but they don't know how because this moon is all the way on this side, but there's no path. That's very interesting. And then here we see the constellation made with a bunch of moons, but it's in the reverse. Also, I think someone's mowing their lawn. I apologize, you guys, if you can hear a bunch of noise in the background, but it feels like you're trying to get from A to B, but you don't know how to get there. You don't know how to bring this stability into your life. You don't know how to pave the path in front of you to get from A to B. You might have an idea of like the bigger picture or like where you want to go or what you want to do, but like for some reason you don't have the proper resources right now, or like the path is not presenting itself to you right now. And because of that, it could be a little bit stressful. It could be a little bit frustrating because the 9 of Pentacles upright is a card of ultimate stability, self-sufficiency, independence, financial stability. You know, your mental health would be thriving. And because it's in the reverse, it's like you're wanting certain aspects here, but you're not able to get to it. And you could even feel alone, you could feel isolated, you could feel empty somehow. Because you're just like, how do I do this? And you feel like maybe you don't have help or you don't have support. Let's see, let me get one more card here. Can we clarify what's going on for group one's current energy and career? The Tower, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Tower, and then we have the Three of Wands in the reverse. Okay, I'm gonna move this aside. That makes a lot of sense with the Tower. Now, for some of you, or maybe for everyone with this group actually, because the Tower talks about something is just like suddenly falling apart. Like you weren't expecting it, but something was just, maybe something was building for a while, the pressure was building, but something just like fell apart. And maybe for you, you had a plan. Like you, maybe originally there was a bridge here and you knew how to get from A to B, but then out of nowhere, the bridge collapsed. The bridge is gone. The path is gone. The resources, the support, whatever it is, it's like it's not there anymore. And now you're kind of left hanging because now you're like, well, what do I do? You know, because I thought I was going to do something. Maybe I had things figured out. I had things lined up, and now I'm left alone and isolated, and I kind of have to start from scratch or pick myself back up or like really find a completely different route to get from A to B. And even with the Three of Wands in the reverse, it feels like there's no expansion, there's no growth, there's no, you know, there's no milestones, there's no like next thing to go to. And 555 on the time, it makes a lot of sense that something happens suddenly and abruptly, and this change is causing you to like rethink everything, reroute everything, and you're not able to expand or move forward the way you want to. It's interesting, the card of like next steps, you know, this Three of Wands is like the next step that is in the reverse, meaning the path to the next steps are not visible. You don't know what the next steps are. You don't know how to take these next steps. You're definitely being blocked. You're being divinely blocked, group one. And I think it's because something here wasn't meant for you, or something would have caused more problems or more destruction in the long term. Okay, because it feels like with the Tower here, it feels very intentional from Spirit to like pull something away from you. Even if for you as a human being, it felt like the rug was pulled underneath from you very abruptly, suddenly, and you could even be kind of annoyed with Spirit and with the universe on like, why would you do this to me? Why would you do something so abruptly when you knew I had a plan lined up? You knew I wanted this so badly. But they're saying either the person, place, or thing, the company, the organization, the path itself was not meant for you, or this thing itself was not meant for you. And something would have caused more destruction in the long term. So they totally like blocked you. And even if it feels like you were left hanging, I think it's a massive blessing in disguise. Because for some reason, either like you didn't see the red flags, or you were like really taken, like you were just so swept off your feet by something, or somebody was intentionally deceiving you. Like the contract isn't what you thought it was gonna be. Someone was intentionally lying, or like someone was doing something intentionally. So either like you had, you know, rose-colored glasses on to where you had no idea that the red flags were there, and you like dismissed the red flags, or somebody was intentionally trying to sabotage something or mislead you in some way, and you didn't realize it in the moment, and in the last moment, Spirit pulled it out from underneath you because they're like, nope, this is not it. This is not where you're meant to go. Some of you could have already taken the opportunity, you know, and then you realize, oh, something's not what I thought it was, because that could be it too, because you maybe are on board with something, maybe you already signed something, you already moved for something, you already started something here, but with the Tower, this is not what you thought it was, and now you feel almost like tied up in something, abandoned, because you, not like abandoned, but it's like you can't leave the situation, or like you're in some kind of a contract to the situation, or like maybe for some of you it's almost like you're realizing the Tower moment or the red flags or the truth of something after you got on board with it, and now you can't back off, and you're kind of stuck in something until the duration of whatever it is. So I could view this in, yeah, both of those scenarios, where you're already in it and you don't know what to do, or you were totally redirected from the start. Okay, let's get into it. I want to see, why was group 1 redirected? For those of you who were redirected before this actually started, I'll get a card for you. For those of you who already signed something or you're already on board with something and it's not what you thought it was, I'm going to ask a different question for you, but feel free to watch all of it. For those that were redirected before it started, why were they redirected? What would have happened with the situation? 5 of Wands. Conflict. Internal conflict with yourself, external conflict with others. For those of you who were redirected before it even started, you were so far from like what you're meant to be doing in a way, but for some reason you really wanted this to work. I don't know if you were trying to like prove something to yourself. Okay, also this lawnmower guy is really annoying me, but I work from my mom's house, you guys, and she lives in the suburbs, and it's in the middle of a weekday, you know what I mean? Like, of course, there's going to be a lawnmower outside, but I feel like I can't think straight when he's so close to the house. Anyway, you just, like, for some reason, it does feel like you intentionally dismissed the red flags of something, but you really wanted to make something work. So either like you were really trying to prove something to yourself, 11:11 on the time as I'm saying this, you're really trying to prove something to yourself, to somebody else, or for some reason, like, you just felt like, I have to make this work. This is it. Like, I don't know why you felt that way though, because I think what I can see from like why you were redirected with a Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, something would have been pretty bad. You know, something would have like kept you stuck in some kind of a cycle, some kind of a loop, some kind of an energy where there's no growth, there's no forward momentum. Something is like, you wouldn't have been progressing, almost repeating the same patterns, same habits, same cycles over and over again. Like, I feel like for a lot of you, you're meant to break out of something here. And that's why Spirit didn't want you to like continue being a part of it. Maybe for some of you, you've already been a part of this for quite some time. And they're like, it's time that we try and block you because maybe you didn't intentionally leave something yourself. So Spirit had to somehow come in and pull something out from underneath you. But for others of you, there could have been something with your ego, because this is Leo energy. 5 of Wands is Saturn in Leo. It just feels like you're very like stubborn to make it work. You were very like, it had something to do with your ego or something to do with like, I don't know, like you were just so stubborn about it that you didn't want to like see the truth of it, or you didn't want to break out of it. But I think Spirit did you a massive blessing by redirecting you, because for some reason you wouldn't have done it yourself. Either you wouldn't have broken out of something. Say you've been a part of this for a long time and Spirit's like, it's time to move on, it's time to do something else, because you're just going in circles within this situation, and you would not have broken out of it yourself. Or like you did not see the red flags of something. You didn't see that it wouldn't have helped you, and it actually would have caused a lot of conflict and frustration and lack of growth, and they pulled it out from underneath you before you could make a decision yourself. But it really feels like divine redirection here. But I am sensing ego for sure. Sensing ego, I'm sensing this energy of being stubborn about it. Like maybe your ego wanted it so badly that you really overlooked a lot of things. For those of you that are already in it, what's going on for those that are already signed to something, or already in a situation, and now the tower is falling around them? For those that are already in a situation and the tower is falling around them. 8 of Pentacles. Oh no, this is the 9 of Pentacles. Let me clarify. 14:14 on the time. Clarify this, 9 of Pentacles. For those that are already in it and they are feeling the tower once they're already signed or committed. Once they're already committed, that's a better word. Strength. You have the 9 of Pentacles, the 9 of Wands, and Strength. It does feel like for those of you who are already in it and you're like legally tied to something, or you legally, or just because of a contract, because of some commitment you made, you have to make the best of the situation. And it might not be the easiest of things, but I do think you can find success in this situation, but there is no way out. Yeah, for those of you who have already signed something and then the tower fell around you after, there's no way out until the actual time runs out on the situation. And Spirit is really saying, well, you're going to have to just kind of make the best of it. But it might not be the easiest of things. With Strength and the Nine of Wands, it feels like this is going to take a lot of perseverance. It's going to take a lot of willpower, a lot of consistency and dedication to like make the best of this. But they want you to have a bit of a perspective shift, because you could be looking at this like, oh my God, I'm trapped, I'm stuck, like this is horrible, this is never going to improve. And they don't want you to be pessimistic about the situation, because if you have to deal with it, then it's like you're going to be a part of it, whether you're optimistic or you're pessimistic. So they're saying you could make the situation a little bit better for yourself if you remain a little bit more optimistic. And I think a little bit of that perspective shift can actually go a long way. But it does feel like it's not the easiest of things to do. But I like to see the Nine of Pentacles is here upright, because I think that once you get into the groove or the rhythm, once you get into the momentum of something here and into the routine of something, you can actually build some level of stability for yourself. For example, say this situation moved you to like a different location, or moved you like there's potential for you to either like somehow find your way into a different position, or like make the best of your living situation, or like they're saying you can capitalize on something in your immediate environment, whether it's the actual job itself or whether it's like where the living situation is. This is not a lost cause, and you can capitalize on something here, and you can actually really benefit from something here in the long term, but you have to have a bit of that perspective shift, because you can't walk away from it, you know? You might as well be somewhat positive dealing with it. For those of you that are already in a situation and then you had this tower fall apart, this Nine of Pentacles, it feels like this situation is going to be hard. It's going to be harder before it gets easier, but there's actually room for a lot of development for you and a lot of growth. Even if you don't see it in the beginning and you feel like you're lost, you're screwed over, you're stuck, you're anxious in the very beginning, you can really capitalize and build something from it. Maybe it's even something that's hidden from you, or you having a pessimistic outlook on it is not allowing you to see where you can capitalize on it. So there's something about, yeah, your perspective shift is important right now in order for you to make the best of the situation. Also, for those where you were redirected in the last minute, this was not meant for you. With the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, that's very clearly saying it's just not meant for you. It's not your path. It's not where you're meant to be, and you are being redirected to a different place, to a different scenario, because the one that you were dealing with is just totally not for you at all. It almost feels like it could have even been like a bad situation that you could have found yourself in, you know? But I will say these two energies feel very different. So let's see, for group one now, what's something hidden? What's something hidden for the group as a whole that they're not seeing yet within career in the rest of 2026? What's something hidden from the group as a whole that they're not seeing yet? Ten of Wands. Hey, that looks like the lasso from the Justice card. She had a lasso. Let's clarify. What is something that's hidden that they're not seeing yet in their career in the rest of 2026? Whoa, that's a lot. I don't want to take all of that. Clarify. Ten of Wands. And it fell on my lap. Knight of Pentacles. you will overcome the situation. Whoever you are, whatever scenario, whether you're dealing with scenario A or scenario B, you will overcome it. You will figure out what to do next. You're not as alone as you think you are. You're not as abandoned as you think you are, but also you're capable of like a lot more. I feel like for some reason you're like being hard on yourself, or you feel like something is a dead end, something is like gonna ruin your life, something's like totally out of whack. I don't know how else to say it, but it's not. With the Knight of Pentacles here, this is you. And I feel like you have a lot of potential to turn the situation around and to like make the next moves for yourself from this situation. And it feels like a lot of this has to come from you. I feel like the divine intervention or like the tower moments you're dealing with, that is from the divine. That's from spirit, because they're almost giving you some kind of a jump start. That's how I'm seeing it. It's like when a car battery dies and you have to give it a jump start. It's like that's what spirit did for both scenarios here. But they're saying from now on, now the car's on, so you're in the driver's seat. Like it feels like the situation from now on is in your hands. Spirit is observing you and like guiding you, but they're not gonna be as, they're not gonna intervene. I almost said intertwine. They're not gonna intervene the way that they just did. They just needed to give you that jump start. And from here on out, it's up to you to either make the best of the situation or to figure out where you're being redirected to. It's almost feeling like they don't want to, you know, they're not going to give you a jump start, but then also get into the driver's seat right now. It feels like they're in the passenger seat. Something is in your control and you are meant to do something here. You are meant to change something. You're meant to reroute and redirect yourself somewhere. You're meant to capitalize on something, make the best of a scenario, but they're not doing it for you. But you're capable of it. You're capable of overcoming what you're dealing with and actually planting seeds in order to do something with this. And that's hidden from you, because I think for both scenario A and B, you're in this mentality like something is just done, something is totally screwed over, something is a dead end. Like I think mentally you've already accepted defeat. And they're saying that's why your perspective shift is so important, because if you're already automatically accepting defeat, then you're not going to get out of this. You're not going to grow from this. You're not going to see why something is happening. You're not going to like capitalize on it. You're not going to know what to do. So you have to get out of that mindset of feeling defeated and take your power back and look at the scenario and think, okay, how can I capitalize from this? Where do I actually go from here? What can I do with this, instead of automatically feeling defeated? And I think that is what is really going to help you. And that's what's hidden, because I think for a lot of you, you haven't had that perspective shift yet. Okay, so where can, let me actually ask a different question before I ask that one. What are the next steps for group one? Advice for group one's next steps. Group one as a whole, what are their next steps here? What are Six of Cups? Okay, first of all, don't be so hard on yourself. Spirit wants you to remind yourself that you're human. And at the end of the day, you're going to do human things, whether if it's getting your ego, involved, whether it's not seeing the fine print of something, whether it's whatever it is, however you got here, you're human. And being hard on yourself and like beating yourself down is not the solution. There's a need to be kind to yourself and to allow yourself to be human. Accept the fact that maybe you made a mistake. Accept the fact that like maybe you need to have a perspective shift. Whatever it is, it's like you're human. You got here because you're human. So being hard on yourself is not changing anything, right? Like something happened. I think for this group, something happened and you cannot change it. That feels very straightforward. So it's like you can make the best of it, but don't be so hard on yourself in the process. Because, if whatever happened is divinely, if this was divine intervention, then it's like it would have happened either way. Maybe it was out of your control. Maybe you signing something and being a part of something was out of your control because you're meant to capitalize on it and do something with it in a different way. Maybe this divine redirection was out of your control, right? So it feels like maybe you feel like you did certain things to get yourself into this place, which sure, that is valid because you're human. And humans do human things. But there's also a level of spirit's divine intervention that also took place. And because of that, just don't be so hard on yourself. There's a need right now for you to like forgive yourself, pour into yourself, love yourself, and take care of yourself emotionally, mentally, spiritually. And also like look at the bigger picture here. I think you're also getting very tunnel visioned on like the little details of something, but they want you to look at the bigger picture. Okay, so then anything else for next steps for group 1? 6 of Wands. Oh, I love that. You're going from confusion, feeling defeat, feeling isolated, feeling stuck, and feeling all these negative things to actually capitalizing on the situation, whether you're scenario A or B. I feel like Spirit did this because, for one, you're stronger than you realize. You're capable of more than you realize. And you're like meant to capitalize on this to either prove something to yourself or to like finally take your power back, finally take your control back. But 6 of Wands is about victory. You know, so they're saying, even though we're rerouting you, you're going to be victorious. You're going to be successful in this endeavor. But we need you to go along with the changes that are required for you right now. But you will find success. So I love that. And then let's see, what can they expect? Where can group 1 expect to be by the end of 2026 in regards to career and finances? Where can group 1 expect to be from now to the, or what am I saying? Where can group 1 expect to be by the end of 2026 in regards to their career and their finances? This is the 7 of Cups. Why am I like saying everything wrong? I thought this was the 8 of Pentacles. I thought this was the 6 of Cups. Here is this actual 6 of Cups. This is the 7 of Cups. I don't know what the heck is going on. Usually I'm not so bad with Roman numerals. 6 of Cups in the reverse. 5 of Cups in the reverse. 4 of Pentacles upright. Okay, this 9 of Pentacles energy for both scenario A and B, it probably won't happen. Like this ultimate stability, ultimate financial security, ultimate lifestyle that you want, it probably won't happen from now to the end of this year because we're, 6 months in, 6 months out. But it does feel like you're going to be overcoming some emotional hurdles that you have been dealing with. Maybe because of this situation, maybe because of something else. But with the 5 of Cups reversed, you're overcoming some emotional hurdles, which we're kind of already talking about is what is advised of you in order to find success. So by the end of the year, you can, if you put in the work, because again, something is revolving around you here and your own willpower. But if you put in the work, you can find yourself, overcoming the emotional hurdles. And with the 4 of Pentacles here, you're going to find stability, more stability than you have now, for sure. Now, is this the 9 and 10 of Pentacles by the end of the year? No. But you have some security. You have some stability. You've planted some seeds from now to the end of the year. You have some kind of a foundation. And you're going to be much more stable than you are now by the end of the year. I want to clarify the 6 of Cups in the reverse really quick. What am I doing? Clarify the 6 of Cups in the reverse. Okay, this deck is going crazy now. Can we clarify the 6 of Cups in the reverse, please? We have the Ace of Cups and we have Death. Okay. I think with the 6 of Cups in the reverse, there's a need for you to let go of your past. I don't know what that means, but with 6 of Cups and Death, it really feels like let go of the person you used to be up until now. And I think this definitely has something to do with that perspective shift, how you're viewing yourself, how you're viewing the situation, maybe how you've navigated things up until now. There's a need for you to let go of that and heal from that and like come out as a different version. And I think that if you do put in the work from now to the end of the year, you can expect a new version of yourself by the end of 2026. And maybe not just in career and finances, but maybe as a person altogether. Because with this Ace of Cups, it's definitely a new beginning. But this is definitely talking about your past and how you've handled things, how you've lived life, like everything kind of about you emotionally, mentally, spiritually up until now. There's a need to end that. There's a need to have a death and rebirth and transform from who you used to be. Because something about this version of yourself is not serving your highest potential moving forward in life. And it feels like something about it needs to be tweaked or totally transformed in order for you to overcome the emotional hurdles and mental hurdles and find at least a little bit of stability by the end of the year, but also this new version of yourself. From now to the end of the year. So group 1, that is what I am seeing. I like not having a breakdown, kind of just going with the flow. So let's, oh my gosh, except my decks are just exploding for this group today. Let's go ahead and get some advice for group 1. I have a few oracle cards to use. Don't stop. I just heard the song Don't Stop Believing. Here's the thing, don't stop. Whether you're scenario B and you feel like you're trapped in something, don't stop. I mean, you can capitalize on it. And whether you're scenario A, feeling like spirit totally rerouted you, well, don't stop. Like there's somewhere else you're meant to be, you know, so don't stop. Oh boy. Choose a new direction. That makes sense for most of you. Forgiveness, forgive yourself. There's really something here on like, you need to be kinder to yourself. You need to realize you're human. You need to forgive your human self. There's really something about like healing yourself in that sense. Healing emotionally as well. And abundance, I love that. I think no matter how or what is happening, you're on the path of abundance here. Even if you don't hit that 10 of Pentacles by the end of 2026, you have been rerouted to the right path. Starfish with intuition, listen to your soul's truth, think less, feel more. Kangaroo, courage, you're being tested, have faith and stand in your truth. Wolf, heart medicine, let go of that which does not serve your highest good. I literally said that. That's literally this past version of yourself. Raven, here's the feather for the raven. The universe is calling you to notice important synchronicities. I like that. White owl, the wisdom and messages of the divine are within you. Here is the white owl feather. You could see these birds from now to the end of the year in regards to career, in regards to your transformation. Another owl. Owls are significant for group 1. Your intuition is correct. Follow your inner wisdom without fear. You had 2 cards about intuition. I'll get one more. Bottom of the deck. White swan. The power of divine grace is within you. And there's the white swan feather. White birds could be significant, but definitely owls could be significant too. Okay, group 1, that's what I'm seeing for you. Well, I did not mean for my Google to turn on. That's what I'm seeing for you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your support. If you want to book a private reading with me, go ahead and email me. My email is in the description below. If you want exclusive content from me, check out my Patreon. The viewers over there get an additional reading every week. And there's like over 80 videos you can binge watch. If you're interested, go ahead and check that out. And also check out Otter Spirit. The link is in the description below. Go ahead and use my discount codes if you are interested, and use the link in the description. But yeah, thank you so much. Take good care of yourself, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Hey guys, it's Maya. Thank you so much for clicking on this video today. Whether it's your first time here on my channel or if you have watched my readings before, thank you so much for all of your support. So let's get into it, you guys. Group 2, I just saw 22 on the time. And High Priestess is the number 2. Oh my god, I just put that together. High Priestess is 2 and you're a group 2. So 2s are definitely your number. If you see 2s repeating, it could definitely be about your career. Now, with the High Priestess, I feel like you're totally on point with something. Like, you just know. You have this very deep knowing about something, and you're totally right. And it has to do with your career, your job, your career, what it is you want to do in this aspect of your life. I think you're totally on point. And it's like very clear. Something here is very clear. Even if you are still figuring it out, something's very clear for you. Or it's like you have this deeper knowing. 111 on the time. It's like this deeper knowing of the truth here about your career. So I really like this. I'm very curious to see what's going on with this energy. So like I said, there's no breakdown. I'm going to start off with a current energy check in your current career, finances, situation. And then after that, we will answer whatever questions come up with the deck you chose. Okay. For group number 2, what is group 2's current energy in their career? What is group 2's current energy in their career? 9 of Cups. Oh, I love it. This is what I was saying. This feels very, very good. You're very happy with where you are in your career. Or you're very happy with the path that it's taking. Group 2's current energy. This is what I was feeling. I just feel like you just know. Like, you just know something. Like, and I don't know, and obviously, like, it comes from spirit, it comes from the universe, 222 on the time. But it's like, when people ask you, like, how are you so sure about this? You're just like, I don't know. Like, I just know, but I don't know, like, where it comes from, why I'm so sure about this, why I just, like, there's just such a deep calling, such a deep knowing. You're just like, this is it. This is my path. This is my purpose. And I think for this to be your current energy, for some of you, maybe you already started this, but for others of you, maybe you're just realizing, oh, this is it. Like, this is, like, you had some kind of a recent awakening. But for others of you, you could have already been a part of this. Let's see. What is group 2's current energy? Like, everything just flows so perfectly, so harmoniously. There's like no struggles right now. And it is growing. It's growing quickly. Group 2's current energy, please. And I love that we have the full moon. Because there's a full moon back here, and the High Priestess is ruled by the moon and Cancer energy. It's just like, in the full moon, when the moon is illuminated, it is like the truth. It's like, well, how do I describe this? Like, you just know the truth. Because when the moon is full, you can just like, this is like such a terrible way to describe it, but like intuitively, a new moon, you know, when it's black and you can't see anything, that's the start of something new. It's the beginning. You don't know anything. You're kind of still figuring something out. It's still in the dark. But then when it's a full moon, the truth is illuminated. You see the truth. You see like what you need to see about it because it's completely illuminated. So it feels like with 2 full moons here, like, you just know the truth of this. And even if you can't place like where this truth comes from, you just know the truth. You just know what it is. For some of you, maybe you haven't started yet, and this is literally your confirmation, like, yes, do it. You know what you need to do, so do it. Because the Page of Wands is the very beginning of something. And this is feeling like somebody who is contemplating, should I start this journey? Should I do this? Intuitively, I'm being drawn to this. Emotionally, I would feel very fulfilled with this. Like, this, you can just sense it's what you need to do, but you haven't taken that leap of faith just yet. For some of you, and I love that their third eyes are illuminated for the dog and for the human, because that really shows me that they're waking up to the truth here, if you haven't realized it yet. For others of you, it could be that you've already started this journey, and you started, you know, just by yourself, and you've started alone and started from the basics, and you're growing it into something much bigger than that. So for some of you, there's already progress that has been made, And you can like see the progress and you're happy with the progress, and you're like, you just know like, this is it, this is my life, this is what I want to do forever. But then for others of you, it's like you're just picking up on like, okay, I think I need to start this. With the High Priestess here, it does feel like you did this in a previous life, which is why it feels so comfortable, why it feels so natural, and why you are so intuitively drawn to it, because you've done this before. This is not your first rodeo, is what I just heard. You have been doing this for maybe multiple lifetimes, or there was a very significant lifetime where like this was your thing, and that's when your soul realized, oh my God, I love it. You know, I love this thing. I want to do this thing. And your soul has brought that into this lifetime as well. I'm also hearing that in this lifetime, your soul has access to things that you didn't have in previous lifetimes. And I think technology is a really big example that's coming to mind, because, you know, in the past, there was no technology. I mean, we didn't have the internet. We didn't have a way to connect to the masses, connect to the collective, connect to people all over the world so quickly at the press of a button. You know, like we never had that. And your soul is saying, well, in this lifetime, you have so many more resources than I had in previous lifetimes. And that's another reason this is almost like easier for you. It's like, it's almost like a no-brainer, because it's like you have all the resources right in front of you. This is much easier for you, because at the past I struggled. You know, maybe I had to just deal with the locals and just the collective around me, the neighbors, the people around me, or I had to physically travel to get my name out there, get the word out there, to do whatever this is. But you don't have to go anywhere. Like, your soul is saying you can do this from your home. You can do this with your phone. You can do this with your laptop. Like, you can get started today if you haven't started yet, group 2. But they're saying you have it so much easier in this lifetime because I struggled in the past, is how your soul is putting it. And that's why I think to your soul, it almost feels like that no-brainer. But I think to your human self in this lifetime right now, you're questioning it, you're confused about it, you're like, is this really my path? Is this really what I'm meant to do? Even though you're so intuitively pulled to it, it's like your soul is pulling you to this thing to the max, but your brain and the human side of you is questioning everything about it, which makes sense, it's valid. Your brain is gonna question things, your human side is gonna question things, but to your soul, it almost just feels like a no-brainer to them. Your soul is even saying, I waited lifetimes. For some of you, I waited lifetimes for the resources that you have right now. I didn't have these resources in the past. My past lives didn't have specific resources, and I've been waiting. And I really hope you go through with it, because we've been waiting. You know, like all of your past lives have just been like waiting for this scenario. It's interesting. I'm sensing a very, very old soul here for group 2. You've had many past lives, and you're very connected with your soul. Your soul specifically is coming through today. And for some of them, they're saying, I've been waiting to talk to you. I've been waiting to like get something through to you. But for others of you, they're very proud of you. If you've already started this, they're literally saying like, yeah, like we've been waiting lifetimes, and you're finally able to do what we weren't able to do. I'm thinking about Avatar: The Last Airbender. I don't know if anyone watches that or if you know what that is, but I grew up with that on Nickelodeon, so that's like one of my childhood staples, right? But in Avatar: The Last Airbender, there's Aang, who is the current reincarnation, I don't know, the current avatar. But then he has all these past lives. And there's like multiple scenes where you see Aang, and then you see like all the past lives standing next to him, and that's what I'm sensing for you. Like, here you are as your human self, and all your past lives are standing next to you or behind you. Like, there's a lot. You've lived a lot through your past lives. You've lived through many scenarios, many countries, many cultures, many languages, many time frames. You're incredibly vast. And it just feels like they've been waiting for you specifically, to get to this point in your life, to get to the resources that you have, to get to who you are today, group 2, to get started. But if you've already started, I think all of these messages still apply to you. They're just saying thank you for getting started. Because, yeah. Okay, let's get one more card here. I really like this energy. It's very refreshing. I love being able to channel past the 3D vessel. But souls don't always come through like this. And I think I really like this group because it's very easy. It's just flowing like naturally. Let's get one more card here for group 2's current energy. And the entire deck fell on the ground. Okay, let's try that again. Group 2's current energy. Okay, that makes sense. 8 of Swords. For some of you, you could definitely feel restricted and trapped, right? Because we're talking about how your soul is viewing things, but your human self, not necessarily viewing it that way. Human self is scared. 8 of Swords talks about a bit of a mental prison, emotional prison. And I was sensing that here, your human self is wondering, do I do this? Do I get started on this? Is this my path? I think you're afraid of change. I think you're probably in some kind of a routine to where this would be a part of the unknown, and you're a little bit afraid to step into the unknown. You're afraid to step into something that is that fluctuates. Like something here is not set in stone, something is not stable, something is unpredictable, especially like financially. And I think you're a little bit afraid of being in a bit of like a vulnerable position, or afraid of being in some kind of an unstable position. For those, I want to get one more card because I don't think everyone is in this 8 of Swords, but I think like this is one energy here with this Page of Wands, 8 of Swords. This is the energy of those that haven't started, but you're afraid of the change, afraid to go out, like put yourself out of your comfort zone, afraid of shaking things up a little bit, afraid to listen to your intuition, even though your intuition and your soul is so loud. For those that have already started, can we get a card for those that have already started this journey? We have Serenity with the number 9. This is the Hermit. I love this. This person is so relaxed and they're completely glowing. You know, all chakras are illuminated. For those that have already started this path, you just know. I think you really just had to overcome that initial hurdle, that initial like start. It feels like growing pains. You had to overcome those initial growing pains. But the moment you got into it, you realized this is exactly where I'm meant to be. It's exactly what I'm meant to be doing. And I'm so glad I did not give up. I'm so glad I didn't allow my fear to get in the way. Because I feel like for those of you that have already started this, you're in this 9 of Cups, happiness, emotional fulfillment, really aligned with this Hermit and the 9 of Cups. You're very aligned to what your soul wants you to be doing right now. But for those of you that haven't started yet, you're still on the outside of things. You're still questioning it. You're still in this mental prison. This is still you. This is like you in the future. For some, but you know, it's a collective reading. Some of you are already in this. Some of you haven't started yet, but you will eventually get here. But you have to overcome that initial step of coming out of this mental prison here. Your soul is really saying, though, for those that haven't started, they're saying you have it so easy. Like, for some reason, the resources to do something is already in front of you. But maybe you're afraid. Well, you are afraid. There's no maybe about that, but I'm just curious as to what it is that you're afraid of. You know, maybe it is just anxiety or fear of the unknown, fear of your comfort zone. But I really like this. For those that are already in it, you're absolutely on point. And I'm also hearing for this group, it's like you can never go back to who you were before. You can never go back to what you were doing before or the life you were living before this, because it was inauthentic. Because now when you're here, you're like, oh, this is my life. But when you sit down and think about who you used to be and what you were forcing yourself to do, or the career path or studies or whatever it is that you were doing that was out of alignment, you're just like, oh my God, I could never go back to being out of alignment. Like when you're aligned, you could never go back to that feeling and that sensation of being out of alignment. You know what I mean? Like when something just clicks, why would you go back to it not clicking? And I think that's where you are. So I really like this for those that are already in it. It feels very smooth. It feels very like easy sailing. And there's so much patience here. Because I also think when you realize like, okay, this is my soul's calling, then you're not doing it for money. You're not doing it for instant fame, instant gratification. You know, like there's this slowness here. The Hermit doesn't run. The Nine of Cups is not 0 to 100 real quick. It is slow. But it's like you're so satisfied in that growth. You're so satisfied in the patience of it. Like you're not even forcing it. You know, you're not like, yeah, you're not like forcing something, pressurizing something. You're just so happy to just exist in this energy that like it can take its time, and you're happy to be there every day while it takes its time because you're so aligned to it. And I think for the first time, for those that have already started this, you're very happy. You're very intuitively like at peace, mentally at peace, emotionally happy, physically happy. Like it just really clicks for you, and I love that. Okay, so I want to see, for those that haven't taken this next steps, haven't taken that leap of faith, what can help? So how about this? Well, I did this for group 1 too. We'll view this as scenario A. We'll view this as scenario B. So for scenario B, what is the first, or what are the next steps they should take in order to break out of this mental prison? For scenario B, the 10 of Cups, or the 10 of Pentacles, my bad. And then bottom of the deck, look at this, another moon. I'm going to keep that. So we have the 7 of Wands in the reverse. We have the 10 of Pentacles upright with the moon upright. For those of you in scenario B, you have to stop fighting it. With the 7 of Wands, it just feels like you're fighting your intuition. You're fighting what spirit and your soul is trying to say to you. You're fighting the truth of something. And because you're fighting it, you're not able to see like what is possible. For everyone here in this group, you have the 10 of Coins. Everyone. This is where this path is taking you, to ultimate happiness, ultimate success, ultimate financial stability. Not only are you going to be able to support yourself, you're building a freaking empire with what it is you're doing. You're becoming a regular name, like a household name. You're becoming like a big deal. But I think it's like maybe the fear. Okay. Excuse me. There's this fear of success for sure. I think for the group B here, scenario B, you know something is going to do really well for you and you're afraid of it, because success comes with coming out of your comfort zone. It comes with changes. It comes with, you know, yeah, things changing. And at the end of the day, you know, a lot of people are afraid of success. That's why they hold themselves back, because they're so content with that comfort zone that they don't want to add more to it. They don't want to come out of it. And I think for a lot of you, for scenario B, you're afraid of the success that you know this could bring you, and you'd rather keep yourself small. You'd rather keep yourself hidden because you're in this mental prison and you're afraid to break out of it. But it just feels like you're really fighting it, fighting the truth, fighting what spirit is saying to you, fighting the signs and synchronicities. And they're really saying, if you want to really get started on something here, you have to stop fighting it. You have to accept something. You have to like see the truth of something. And you don't have to jump into it head on. Like you don't have to, you know, quit your regular job and randomly like move across the world. Like you don't have to do anything drastic or crazy, but just give it some thought. Like stop fighting it, you know, even just mentally. You don't even have to take action first, but just allow the thoughts to come in. Allow yourself to just think about it and see what could this potentially lead to. But also, I think there's something much deeper going on, such as like that fear of success. I think for you, spirit really wants you to kind of dissect yourself a little bit, kind of reflect on like, what are you so afraid of? Why are you keeping yourself stuck? Why are you holding yourself back? What is this mental prison or this physical prison? Why are you afraid of success? Why is you staying in this comfort zone better? Like, why do you think this would be better than the success that's actually waiting for you? if you were to do something. I think that's something you have to reflect on this week, group 2, for those that are in scenario B. But yeah, your first step is to really just like stop fighting something. I'm going to keep this 10 of Pentacles just here for everyone because I feel like this is group 2's overall energy. Everyone here is getting to this end goal of the 10 of Pentacles. Let's see, for scenario A, what are their next steps? The people that are already doing this, that are already in this, that have already accepted this, what are their next steps? What are their next steps? Or next growth? They're just like, what's happening next for them for scenario A? What is happening next for them? 6 of Cups. Wow. You're actually getting closer to your past lives. You're getting closer to, yeah, for one, you're getting closer to your soul, but you're getting closer to your past lives. Multiple of them. Many of them. You're getting closer to seeing the truth of who your soul really is, what your soul is really capable of, what your soul has done in the past. It's like you're becoming so in tune with yourself. It's literally just so amazing to see. I think this is something that's happening very soon if it hasn't happened already. I also think you're healing yourself, you're healing your past, you're healing your life. And again, this is just a timeline, right? Like for these people, you are going to eventually go through this same thing. This group A is just a little bit ahead of you. So, I mean, everyone is going to end up in this, right? But it's like you're really healing your inner child. You're really healing your past. You're really healing your limiting beliefs. You're really healing even past souls and past versions of yourself. There's a lot of healing that's coming through. I also think you're loving yourself a little bit more. You're seeing the beauty of yourself a little bit more. You're seeing just how talented, how capable you are. There's something here on like you're not average, and you're finally going to see that. For scenario A, what are their next steps for their next growths from now to the end of the year? What are their next steps for growth from now to the end of the year? Ace of Wands, 4 of Swords in the reverse. I really like that. Something is taken off. There's absolutely something, some kind of a breakthrough that's happening. That's like part of the next cycle here for you. Especially if there was a period of stillness, period of like stagnation, period of something being slow, something, I saw it as like a rocket. Something is blasting off. Because the 4 of Swords upright is a period of rest. But the 4 of Swords in the reverse, it's telling me the momentum is finally building. After a period of rest, after something took a while, the momentum is really building like a rocket, and it is blasting off. And this is going from 0 to 100 really quick. I think you've been very happy with the patience of this. Like you're very happy with the speed of something here. And for you, from now to the end of the year, I think more, this is sooner than later. This is maybe, I mean, I'm recording this in June, maybe even like July, August, like this summertime, something is doing really well for you. Maybe it's like that first viral thing or first big recognition, first big promotion. Like there's something here that's going 0 to 100 very quickly over the next, I would say, 2 months. And you're so happy about it. You're so excited about it. For scenario B here, what are their next? What's their next opportunity? 6 of Wands in the reverse. You're actually like losing time, losing something. Page of Swords in the reverse. The 6 of Wands talks about success and recognition and, you know, fame and status and things really growing for you for scenario B. For those that are not actively taking action, or you are hiding from this or holding yourself back from this, you're losing the potential success that you could achieve. You're losing the potential momentum you could be building. The Page of Swords in the reverse, it feels like if you don't come out of this energy, I'm seeing it as like a lot of stagnation. I'm seeing a flat line. I know that's kind of graphic. I'm seeing like a flat line. Something is flatlining if you are not able to break out of this in the next few months, even mentally. You don't even have to like take physical action just yet, but it's like, even if you're mentally not getting into it, something is flatlining. And I think that's just symbolic for like the momentum flatlining, you know? So it does feel like for scenario B, it's just very important to kind of wake up to this, to wake up to what your soul is saying to you, what spirit is trying to say to you, where they're trying to guide you, what they're trying to do. They really want you to take action over the course of now to the end of the year. Nine of Cups, this is the exact same card. This is for everyone, by the way, because I don't want scenario B to think, oh, well, it's too late for me. Like, this is not for me. No, this 10 of Pentacles, this 9 of Cups, it's for everybody here. Everyone in group 2. And the fact that the ultimate happiness came out twice, again, your soul is saying, we really want you to get started on something because you're going to be so happy. Your life could look so different if you were to just listen to this. But yeah, 9 of Cups. It randomly came out. I didn't even ask anything. Let's see, where can scenario A expect to be by the end of the year in regards to this career path? Wow, holy cow. 9 of Coins. You literally have the 9 of Pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles, the 9 of Cups twice. I'm telling you. Absolute Ace of Pentacles. I think the reason they're like differentiating this energy so drastically between scenario A and scenario B is they want scenario B to see just what is possible for you if you just come out of your head, if you just come out of your comfort zone. If you were to be a part of this, you could be thriving with this situation. There's opportunities. There's almost like endless opportunities here. There's so much potential for growth. There's so much potential in you becoming the ultimate and the best version of yourself from now to the end of the year. I think this is definitely happening for scenario A. And for scenario B, they really want you to like see what you're missing out on in a way. Okay, I want to see 2 different paths for scenario B. I want to see what can scenario B expect to, where can scenario B expect to be by the end of 2026? One, if they don't take action and they just continue, oh, my tummy. Okay, those in scenario B, where, for one, I want to see where can they expect to be by the end of 2026 if they do not take action and if they do not change this dynamic. Where can they expect to be by the end of the year if they do not change the dynamic here and they do not take action and kind of just continue living in the same cycle? Essentially a cycle that's not meant for them. Ah, my goodness. 3 of Swords. Yeah, I can't make this up. Sadness, heartbreak, feeling defeated, feeling upset, feeling frustrated, feeling like you're lacking something, feeling like you messed up. Like, just, there's a lot of sadness here if you do not take action towards this. Now, where can they expect to be by the end of the year if they do take action and they get on board with scenario A? Where can they expect to be by the end of the year if they do take action towards this calling? 8 of Coins. Wow, look at that. 8 of Coins, which is 8 of Pentacles. 8 of Wands, bottom of the deck, the World. Maybe we'll cover up her top half. Okay, look at that. Look at the difference of like where you could be if you don't do anything. You just continue to dismiss this and just don't take action. It's sadness. It's like the bottom of the pit energy is coming through. It's just like this overwhelming energy, feeling lost in life, feeling defeated. It's just not fun. It's not a good energy to be in. But if you do decide to take action, this is why your soul is saying it's not late. It's never too late. You can start today, and we want you to start. They're saying they want you to start by the end of 2026. They want you to start probably by the summertime, because there's almost this like you're missing out on excuse me, it's like you're missing out on growth every day. You're missing out on because they're saying like you're missing out on opportunities like every day. You're missing out on the momentum shift every day. You're missing out on like what could be the longer you prolong something. But it's like if you do get started sooner than later, you can see you actually building a whole new life for yourself by the end of the year. Things can grow in your favor. You're ending a previous version of yourself. You're not this anxious person anymore. It's like you're not only becoming a new version of yourself and transforming your actual self like completely, but there is momentum building and there is growth with whatever it is you're doing. You're planting the seeds, and by the end of the year, you can see the seeds come up a little bit. You can see them sprout a little bit. So it's a very drastic energy if you decide to break out of this mental prison. But I love this group 2. I think there's 2 very different energies, but everyone's the same. It's either you've already started it or you haven't. And if you haven't, and you do get started, then you can expect yourself to get onto this path. Now, the timeline will differ. If you're already a part of this, you can definitely see financial growth and more financial stability by the end of 2026. But if you have not started yet, the momentum is building, but the financial growth might be a little bit more in 2027 because you're a little bit behind. You know what I mean? So let's get through with some advice today. Look for a sign. I feel like this is the sign. I was very straightforward. This was probably the sign a lot of you were looking for to actually think about something, get started on something. Improving health. This could even be improving mental health. Ooh, in the near future. I love that. For scenario A, that's what I said. Something is definitely taking off in the near future. For scenario B, they want you to get started in the near future. Let's get one more. Forgiveness. I feel like that's part of your own healing for yourself, or forgiving others, or forgiving something from your past. Leaf cutter ant. Army of life. Ask for help. Seek support. You're not alone. Eagle. Ancestral healing. Your ancestors are holding space for you to heal your past. Didn't I just say that? Whether it's your ancestors, whether it's your soul, past lives, there's a lot of energy around you. Bat. Listen up. You're working through deep soul patterns. Release any outdated beliefs that surface. White Swan. The power of divine grace is within you. Ostrich. The choice is clear for you now. Follow the wisdom and truth you feel in your heart. I don't know why I got so excited for the ostrich card. Osprey. I don't know what that is. Your success is now at hand. Allow the abundance to flow to you effortlessly. Love it. Let me get one more. White Eagle. The connection to divine guidance is within you. I'll take this peacock too because it's sitting on the top. Peacock. Inherent wisdom is emerging at this time. Watch it and ready yourself for a rebirth. I love it. Group 2. Thank you so much for letting me give you this reading. If you're interested in a private reading, go ahead and email me. My email is in the description below. If you're interested in exclusive content, go ahead and check out the Patreon. It's in the description below. They get an additional reading on top of the YouTube readings every week. And there's so many videos if you want to binge watch over there, so check that out. And if you're interested in Otter Spirit, the link is in the description below. Please use the link down there, and then you also have the discount codes that you can use. So yeah, all of that is in the description below. Thank you so much for being here. Take good care of yourself, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Hey guys, if you chose this Strength card with the association of Leo, the Star Spinner Tarot, and this Amethyst Point, this is your group. Hello, group number 3. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for all of your support here on my channel. Whether it's your first time here or if you have watched my readings before, thank you so much. So let's get into your reading. Like I mentioned in the intro, I don't have a breakdown. We're going to start off with the energy check here, and then we're just going to kind of answer and see whatever spirit wants to talk to you about today. This does feel like you're staying strong about something, having faith towards something. It does feel heavy. I feel like this group, there's some kind of like a heavy burden that has been placed on you, and you have to like work with it, work through it. Like something just feels heavy, and it's like you have to stay strong right now. And it's like you don't want to lose yourself to that heaviness, so you're trying to overcome something. It's very interesting. So let's get into this deck here. I want to look at your current energy. If it doesn't resonate with you, definitely check out a different group. Group 3's current energy in career and or finances. Group 3's current energy in career and or finances. We have the Knight of Wands. Oh, you definitely want change. Oh, you could feel like you've totally like lost yourself. 3 of Cups, bottom of the deck, 10 of Wands. Yeah. It feels like you could have totally lost yourself, and there's some kind of a very heavy burden on you to where you kind of like want your life back. But you're really caught up with something, but I feel like you don't want to live like this anymore. You are ready for something new. You're ready to take this load off of you. You're ready to feel like yourself. You're ready to like have fun, mingle, or do more like leisurely things in life. I feel like something has been very serious here for a long time, and you don't want to live like that anymore. Let's continue. Let's see. Group 3's current energy in career and finances. This could have made you feel very alone, very isolated. 2 of Crystals in the reverse, 7 of Crystals in the reverse. It could also feel like you've been trying to make something work and it's just not working. Whoopsies, that was my sparkling water can. Randomly made some bubbles. It's like you tried to make something work for a long time, it's not working, and you're over it, and you want to move on. And it's heavy, it's becoming a burden. Yeah, and you just don't want to deal with it anymore. You could have been a part of this for a while, or like lived this life, lived this career path, financially, whatever this is. Like, it feels like you've spent time with this. This is not a fleeting energy. It's not something that just started last week. You've been kind of deep into this, 333 on the time. And I think like you've stayed strong for as long as you could. You've kept up with something as long as you could. You gave something the benefit of the doubt as long as you could. And now you're just kind of over it. And it's like you just want your life back. Let me get one more card. Okay, I'll take them. You have the Page of Swords in the reverse, and you have the 4 of Cups upright. I feel like you totally just like lost passion. Lost a sense of you, lost a sense of direction, maybe even lost hope to some extent, felt like this is your life, this is forever, this is permanent, nothing can change. There's a very like pessimistic energy, but I think it's because of how heavy it's been. I don't think you're being pessimistic for no reason. I think you just feel so stuck and so like drained that like you literally don't have the energy. You don't have the strength to get up anymore and to like keep moving anymore. And I think Spirit is saying like it's time to walk away from this. It's time to redirect yourself to something else, because how much more of yourself can you lose in this process? It just feels like you're empty, you're depleted, you're just like there's hollow, there's like nothing there. And they don't want you to be like this, and they're really saying to you like it's time. It also feels like it's okay to reinvent yourself anytime you want. Just because you've spent a lot of time and effort and energy into something, it doesn't mean you have to stay there. Nothing is going to waste here. I feel like there's this mentality of like, well, I've been here so long, maybe I should just stay, like all of this is going to go to waste. And they're like, nope, that's not true. You know, you can pick up and start over and move and do whatever you want at any point in time. There's nothing holding you anywhere. You have free will to do what it is that you want to do. Now, some of you could feel like you don't have free will, you don't have control, like maybe to some extent, I do feel like this scenario has power over you. It has control over you. And you have truly believed now that you will never have control. You will never have power over this. And Spirit is saying that's not true. You do have power over this. You can walk away from something, but for some reason, you feel like you can't. But I think you can, is what Spirit is saying. Yeah, there's a sense of loneliness, isolation, being all by yourself, feeling abandoned. And just with this Page of Swords in the reverse, it just feels like the fun, the curiosity of something, the excitement of something, even the benefit of the doubt, it's all gone. Like there's nothing there. And you're just like so ready to just start over in your life and to move forward in your life and to do more with your life and to get more in return from your life too. Because with these in the reverse, it feels like no matter how much you put into something, you're not progressing, it's not working, you're not getting what you need in return. And for some of you, you could have been doing this for years and it's still not giving you what you want it to give you. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm seeing for the current energy. It's very straightforward. And I think Spirit really wants you to ask yourself, you know, like, why are you waiting? Why are you still waiting around for this? What are you still waiting for? What are you still hoping to gain out of something here? Why haven't you taken the next steps yet? I think you're on to something, like you're either close to it or you really want to take some kind of a next step. You want to break out of something. With this Knight of Wands, maybe you're like on the verge of it. Okay then, for group 3 here, Spirit, what is the current blockage, right? Blockage, is that the right word? What is causing group 3 to hold on to this scenario? What is causing group 3 to hold on and to stay stuck here? What is causing, okay. Death. Wow, and it's this mom holding her baby. You feel a sense of loyalty to it. You feel a sense of, yeah, there's a sense of loyalty. There's a sense of, I've been here for a long time. I've been doing this for a long time. And it's like, you don't want to start over. It's like, you don't want to have this death and rebirth. But you also feel like guilty towards something to some extent. Maybe it's guilty towards this specific job, this specific path. Maybe it's guilty towards like your responsibilities. Like if you have kids, if you have a family, I mean, you have a sense of responsibility. You're like, well, I have to make money. I have to support them. So if I was to leave, it's like, is that the right thing to do? Because I asked, what is causing group 3 not to move on? There's also a sense of like the unknown. Like you don't know what could happen if you did move on. And I think you're really just afraid of how this could change your life, whether it's for the good or for the bad. I think you're really afraid of that. But yeah, there's a sense of loyalty. Let's clarify. Clarify death. What is causing group 3 to stay stuck here? What is causing group 3 to stay stuck here? Clarify death. Ten of Wands. 6 of Cups, 7 of Wands. Well, I would say that the burnout is definitely confirmed. We saw the 10 of Wands earlier. We're seeing it again. 7 of Wands, 10 of Wands, 6 of Cups. I don't know. I can't pinpoint what it is, but there's a sense of loyalty to it. There's a sense of like love. Like your heart is somehow tied into this. And because of that, you're not able to detach from it, even though it's taking so much from you. You could feel like it's your baby. Like for some of you, say this is your own business and you're not able to break away from this, even though it's not giving you what you want right now. You're not able to fully let go of it because it's like your heart is so tied into it. It's something that you birthed, nurtured, created from the ground up. It's something that you spend a lot of time and effort into it, and you're very emotionally connected to this. And because of that, you're not able to detach from it, even though the weight of it is getting heavier and heavier. Feels like that's why you can't detach. And you're really defending the situation. You're really fighting for it. You're really trying to make it work. But it's like, how long can you do that? You know, how long until it's not sustainable anymore? How long until it's not even a good idea anymore? How long until you really hit some kind of a rock bottom? Maybe for some of you, you have. But I really feel like there's some sense of loyalty that you have to this, or like afraid of some change, afraid of some transformation this could give you. Maybe loyal to the people there. Maybe it's a family affair for some of you. What are the blockages right now that are getting in the way for group 3? What are the current blockages? The 9 of Swords. Look at that little devil. What are the current blockages? 9 of Coins in the reverse. For some of you, it's definitely some kind of limiting beliefs because you feel like you can't do better than this. For some of you, maybe that's why it's almost this energy of like, well, why try? You know, like why even like try to do anything or try to change anything when I know for sure that like, that's what you're thinking. Like you're thinking, well, I know for sure I'm not capable of something. There's some limiting beliefs here. There's some devil on your shoulder, devil in your mind that is causing you to feel this way about yourself. But with the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, it's very straightforward that the blockages are like you don't believe in yourself, or you don't think you're capable of coming out of this. You don't think you're capable of doing something good. You don't think you're capable of like there's a life you want to live, but for some reason you feel like you're not capable of it. So like, why try in the first place? It's like you've already assumed defeat. You've already assumed something's not going to work out, so you're not even doing it anyway. But there's definitely a lot of like anxiety and mental conflicts here. I think you really overthink something, overthinking the scenario. And it feels like you're really like stuck and trapped. Like you just don't know how to break out of this, which is so interesting to see. So it feels like the blockage is definitely internal. And it's a blockage within yourself. I don't think these are external blockages. I don't think it's coming from the company, from a boss, from people. I don't think it's coming from anyone outside. It's coming from you directly to yourself. It's causing you to not change the situation, and it's also causing you to not move on from the situation. So you're just sitting with it. But I'm feeling like you're on the brink of collapse. Like something is about to fall apart. Like the weight is getting so heavy that you're not able to hold on to it anymore. There's absolute burnout here. For some of you, with the Death card here on why you're not able to move on, or like why you're staying stuck, this could definitely be like childhood wounds, childhood things that has happened to you that you're not able to fully heal from, not able to fully move on from. And this could even be ancestral patterns, ancestral things that you have carried for a very long time, unhealed wounds within yourself that you feel, yeah, with this combination here, there's a sense of like something from your past, something from your childhood, something in the way you have lived up until now, but also this could be about your parents, about your grandparents, about ancestral wounds, repeating these ancestral things. Yeah, and I feel like that's also something that's causing you to like either belittle yourself or causing you to assume, well, this is it. This is my life. This is what I have to do. This is the life that's been laid out for me. Because you think that this scenario has control over you. And maybe you're conditioned to feel that way, right? Or maybe these unhealed wounds have conditioned you to feel this way. But it's like Spirit wants you to realize you do have power to break out of something. You have power to like have this blockage go away, but like you have to do it because it's a blockage or unhealed something within you, like something about like it's within you, and you can try to heal it, which would eventually help you to break out of it. I want to ask, what's hidden? What's something that is hidden here for group 3 that they're not able to fully see? What? Ace of Cups. That's interesting. Okay. That's interesting because you have the 4 of Cups where there's 3 cups and 1 has spilled. That it really reminds me of the 5 of Cups as well. What you're not seeing is that you have power over something. I don't know why I just keep coming back to this message. It's like you have authority over something. You have the power to make some decisions or to make some changes, or you have the power to choose yourself. But for some reason, you're not seeing that. You have the power to do what you want to do and offer yourself like a way out of this, offer yourself healing, offer yourself clarity, but you're not able to see it. You're not able to see the truth of that. Let's clarify this. Oh, this card is like, oh, and it ripped. Okay. Let's see, clarify this Ace of Cups here for what is group 3 not seeing? What is hidden right now to group 3 that they're not seeing? Wow, 8 of Cups. Yeah, it's like you have the power to walk away from something. It almost feels like Stockholm Syndrome to some extent, like you have stayed comfortable with something. Wow, and a Page of Swords in the reverse again. It's like you have stayed not comfortable, but you have like been a part of something for so long that you don't realize that like you could walk away at any given time or any given moment. You don't, that's like, it's hidden from you that like you have choice, you have authority, you have power. But it's like you're always on the outside looking into the life that you want to live. But what you're not realizing is like you have the power to pursue that life that you want to live. You don't have to look at it from the outside. You can actually work your way towards it. But for some reason, you're really conditioned to feel like you can't, or that you're really stuck, or the situation is really hopeless, or you have to be a part of it somehow. And even this house, again, there's something here that could be about family, about a spouse even for some of you. Maybe it's like, maybe this is much larger than just career. Like you're feeling this way in the sense of like even a relationship, partnership, family dynamics. But I will say this is a very heavy energy. And I just feel like all you want to do is break free. It feels like you're caged. All you want to do is just break out of something, break free from something and escape. But you feel like you can't. But Spirit is saying, yes, you can. Okay, so let's see what will help. What can help group 3 break out of what they need to break out of? What can help group 3 break out? What can help group 3 break out here? Clearly they feel trapped, so what can help them break out? King of Swords and the Hanged Man. To see something objectively, to see the truth of something, to see the reality of something, not what your brain, not what like your heart is saying, what your ego is saying, what your emotions, your guilt, your regret, your loyalty, not what all of that is saying, but what is the objective truth of something here? What is like, yeah, like you have to view something objectively. You have to view the truth of something. And that helps you realize the truth, obviously, but it also helps you realize what you want to be a part of and what you want to walk away from. When you're not viewing something through your heart or through the fog, I think that really helps you, like it really helps you figure out the next steps here. There's also this energy of surrendering. And I think what you need to do in order to break out is not only to view something objectively, but allow yourself to surrender to what you no longer can do, to what you no longer can be a part of, and to take a step back. Take a step back, view it objectively, surrender to the situation, and allow yourself to realize that you want change. Like for some reason, your awareness about this is very important. You allowing yourself to feel this way is very important. And also like, yeah, and I think when you view something objectively, you can see maybe like how something really isn't working, how you are neglecting yourself in the process, how, yeah, just like viewing something objectively helps you realize many, many facets of something here. And that is what helps you eventually surrender and eventually like have a deeper realization of what's actually going on. What needs to be healed? Where is this stemming from? Why can't you walk away from this? Why do you feel stuck or trapped? Are there people involved that are keeping you stuck or trapped? I think there's so many like aspects to dissect about this situation. but you're not able to because you have these rose-colored glasses on, or you're doing something out of, again, guilt, loyalty, and you have to step away from that point of view for a second and have a bit of a perspective shift in order to see the truth. And in order to like be disciplined about the truth as well, to like detach truth from emotions. I think that's really important to you, for you. But Spirit is really saying you are your own person and you have control over yourself. So what is the advice here for group number 3? What is the advice here? How can group 3 navigate this situation to come out of it? 8 of Pentacles. It's interesting there's so many clocks. Clarify this. How can group 3 navigate this current situation? Speak up. There's something here about speaking up and like demanding respect. I don't know what that means. Speaking up for yourself, speaking up for maybe the disrespect you're receiving, speaking up for having boundaries for yourself, speaking up, really speaking up for yourself. I think your voice is also very important here. If people are overworking you, if people are doing certain things to you, there's a need for you to speak up about it. And now it really feels like if you want to come out of this, you have to redirect your energy elsewhere. Not only do you have to view the situation objectively, have this perspective shift, surrender to the realization that you cannot do something anymore. You cannot keep up with this anymore. To speak up, to set boundaries for yourself, and then to redirect your energy somewhere else. And like actually do something about it. I think it's time. I think everything really comes down to like, it's time to take action. It's time to like tie up the loose ends, heal things, you know, whatever open, unhealed wounds that you might have. It's time to heal certain things about yourself, and it's time to redirect yourself as well. How can group 3 navigate this? Oh, I love that 8 of Wands. This also feels like you have to be honest with yourself, group 3. Not only do you have to speak up to others if other people are involved, but you have to be honest with yourself. And that's what happens when you remove those rose-colored glasses and you see something objectively. You realize, what have you been allowing yourself to do? Allowing yourself to maintain, allowing yourself to like be a part of. And I think that maybe like there was dismissal happening, but you have to be honest with yourself. If you want something to change, you have to be honest about it, or else you're like reliving this loop, this cycle that's never ending. And with the 8 of Pentacles, the 8 of Wands, absolutely redirect your energy, your funds, your time, your effort, your ideas. Find a new place to work. Like there's really something here from now to the end of the year. You have to move out of this energy and you have to redirect it to something else. But you have to be ready to do it, or else you're just reliving the same situation. It just feels like it's time. With so many clocks, it just feels like it's time to walk away. It's time to move on. Maybe for some of you, you don't want to accept like failure because you're like, I have to make this work. I'm not a failure, you know, but that's your ego speaking. And I think even for some of you, it's time to just accept failure and move on and just start over. Like, it's not that deep. Spirit is saying it's not that deep to accept failure. You're actually causing more failure in your long-term success the longer you stay a part of something that's not working, instead of just accepting defeat. It's like this plant that's dead, but like you don't want to accept that the plant is dead, so you just keep watering it and you keep trying to nurture it and bring it back to life, but it's been dead. And it's like that's causing you more frustration, more stagnation. It's slowing you down. There's no growth in your life at all because you're spending all your time and effort trying to bring a plant back to life, but it's been dead. And it would be, you know, better if you just were to say, hey, okay, it's dead. That sucks. I can't, you know, it sucks. I put time and effort into this, but it died. But I have to essentially discard it and I have to move on. You know, it's almost like something can't come back here. Something can't be fixed. Something is like far gone, and it's just time to surrender to the fact that something is dead. It is a dead plant. Be honest with yourself about it instead of trying to fix it and bring it back. And then to essentially end it, walk away from it, and to start over with your life. That is what would help you move out of whatever this is. Anything else? If group 3 was to break out of this, where can they expect themselves to be by the end of the year? If they choose to walk away from this, where can they expect themselves to be by the end of the year? The Hermit. There's something much deeper connected to this group. I think, sure, it's like it affects career and finances and like your physical life, but I think there's something much deeper going on. And if you do choose to like realize that there's something deeper going on, I think you go through a massive transformation. And we have depth, right? You go through a massive internal, external transformation, Hanged Man, from now to the end of the year. And you realize there's actually so much internal work to do, so much like internal things to work on that are actually bleeding into your external reality. So you can expect to go through a massive spiritual transformation for sure, if you were to, you know, acknowledge it. Where can they be in the sense of stability from now to the end of the year if they do decide to take action? Something that actually works. 7 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles. Because here we have the 7 of Crystals, but in the reverse. Meaning you're watering a dead plant and it's not coming back to life. The effort, the time, everything is just going nowhere. Nothing is coming out of it because it's dead. But here, by the end of the year, not only do you go through some kind of a spiritual transformation, but we have a sustainable 7 of Pentacles upright, meaning you planted new seeds and it's finally growing. 4 of Coins, this is stability. This is a new way of living. It's a new life. It's a new foundation altogether. And you can expect to be a part of something that's actually working for you by the end of the year, physically, financially, and with career, if you actually, you know, detach from this. So yeah, something that's actually growing from now to the end of the year, depending on whenever you decide to detach. So let's get some advice. Every group so far has got this forgiveness card. I feel like this could be forgiving yourself, forgiving others. Sour Patch Strawberry, specifically, or like strawberry flavored candy. There's something better. Yes, that's, yes, very true. No. And don't stop. Ooh, and then we have a year from now. I feel like if you were to maybe start something sooner than later, you could see progress sooner than later, but a year from now could be significant. Sloth, digital detox, recalibrate, rest, and recharge. Yeah, I really think you need to rest. Like I said, something is on the brink of, like, not like extinction. What did I say earlier? The brink of like collapse. This is literally what I said earlier. Detach your emotions from situations you cannot control. That's what I was saying. I was like, you have to view something objectively. You have to see the truth of something here, not seeing something through your emotions. Whale, tenderness, show compassion and forgive what needs to be forgiven. So you have forgiveness and forgive twice. Let's get one more. Spider with Dream Weaver, tune into the energetic grids around you. Where can you send your energy for healing? Chickadee, the time is right to release old patterns and energies. You're ready to embrace change? Yes. That's what I was saying. There's something much deeper going on for this group, for sure. And it could even be like ancestral things. We have Cardinal. Stand tall and proud. See the leadership role unfolding ahead of you. This feels like taking charge of your own life. The initial C could be significant. Goose, your dreams and desires are calling you to action. The journey begins today. And let's get one more. Parrot, let go of others' thoughts and opinions. It is time to embrace who you really are. I love it. Okay, group number 3, thank you so much for letting me give you this reading. If you're interested in a private reading, go ahead and email me. My email is in the description below. If you're interested in exclusive content, go ahead and check out my Patreon. That is also in the description below. They get an additional reading every week, and there are like over 80 readings if you want to binge watch over there. And if you're interested in Otter Spirit, go ahead and check out the link that's in the description below and check out the discount codes that are also in the description below. But thank you so much for being here. Take good care of yourself, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Hey guys, if you chose the Thoth Tarot with this clear quartz point, this Temperance card with the keyword art, and Sagittarius, this is your group. Hello, group number 4. Thank you guys so much for being here. Whether it's your first time here on my channel or if you have watched my readings before, thank you so much for clicking on this today. Like I mentioned in the intro, I don't have a breakdown. We're just going to go ahead and look at your current energy, and then after that we will go in with the deck you chose to get any other information about your career in the rest of 2026. Now with Temperance here, it's a card about balance, about moderation, about patience. So you could be like patiently waiting for something to grow, waiting for something to improve, waiting on communication, waiting on something that has to do with your career. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so I want to start off with this deck here and get your current energy. I just saw 1, 2, 3 ascending numbers. So it does feel like something is growing. Something is picking up momentum soon. Something that you have been waiting on is picking up momentum. Okay. Let's see, what is group 4's current energy in career and finances? Should I take both? There's 3. Oh, I don't want to. Okay. If it was 2, I think I would have taken them, but I don't like when cards get stuck together. Okay. Group 4's current energy in career. Okay, clearly this deck is exploding. Group 4's current energy in career. You're feeling kind of restless, like you want something to happen quickly. You're feeling kind of antsy, but like you're being asked to slow down, asked to be patient about it. 2, 2, 2 on the time. Like don't be impulsive about something. There we go. The Fool, Starseed. Oh yeah, there's something definitely happening very soon. Something is definitely starting very soon. If it hasn't already, you're ready to embark on a new chapter, a new journey. You're ready for like something to happen, something to take off. You're ready for something. It's like you're waiting on the thing and you're ready for it. Group 4's current energy. Five of Wands in the reverse. 10 of Wands in the reverse and 4 of Wands upright. Or sorry, this is 10 of Swords in the reverse and 4 of Wands upright. Oh yeah, like the most painful part of something is over, the most difficult part of something is over, and now you're on the path of success. You're on the path of achievement. You're on the path of progression. The momentum is building here. Whatever frustrations or even pain, sadness, conflicts that you have been feeling, whether within yourself, whether with others or like the external circumstances, that is really passing. The fact that we have the Fool and the 4 of Wands is all about celebration, happiness, stability, a stable home life, stable partnerships, and the Fool is a new beginning. It does feel like whatever was like a painful part of something is over, and you're getting ready for this new chapter where things are much more harmonious. Things are aligned much better for you. Maybe you're walking away from something that wasn't serving you, and now you're jumping into something that is meant for you. something that feels more aligned for you. For others of you, maybe like whatever it is you're waiting on, like if you're waiting on communication, waiting on something from somebody, or like waiting on the momentum to shift, it is shifting very soon. Because whatever was painful, conflicting, frustrating is over. It is ending. And you're totally starting over. I love it. I think this is very straightforward. So I really do like this. With the Four of Wands here, there is this energy of like longevity, and this energy of something more permanent is coming in, something more long-term is coming in, something that's providing you stability more long-term is coming in, or the stability you have been seeking is coming in, finally. This also feels like you've been waiting for a while, or you've been manifesting this new beginning for a while. You could have even been working towards this for a while. Like, I'm also getting the scenario of someone that worked like multiple jobs to like save up to move, or save up for something, and now you have like enough funds and you don't have to work multiple jobs anymore, and now you're moving or like relocating to a new home, and now you're totally like shifting from that conflicting energy, that overworked, burdensome energy, to like what you actually wanted to achieve. It's like happening, it's right around the corner. It's something like that for sure for some of you. But I like this. I feel like you're ready. You've had to stay patient. You've had to wait for a while. You've had to work for a while, but you're finally ready for it. Okay, let's get into it. I feel like that's very straightforward. So I want to start off. Let's see what's happening next for group 4 here. Oh my God, the rain just started. Whoa, it's loud. It was not raining today. Now it is pouring rain. Maybe something about the rain. The rain is washing away something for you. The rain is like giving you a new beginning, like out with the old, in with the new. Maybe there's a location that's kind of rainy. I'm thinking of like Seattle. But also the way it was not raining all day. And I was saying like something is coming in very soon for you. The momentum is shifting very soon. And now the rain is pouring. So it feels like something is coming in quickly for group 4. And it is like totally shifting the dynamic, shifting the nature of things, shifting things pretty quickly, pretty dramatically. So let's see, what's next? What's next for group 4? What's coming in for group 4? What's next for group 4? Oh, keyword power. This is the Four of Pentacles. So you have the Four of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. Stability is coming in, for sure. It is like the very next thing coming in for you. I also love how there's like these walls and like a bridge. I feel like this path, the path that's laid out here, it's like the path that is being laid out in front of you. You're definitely being guided. So you're not like the saying willy-nilly. I don't know why that popped in my head, but I was about to say you're not like doing something all willy-nilly. Like you're not navigating something all by yourself. You're not just like roaming around confused and lost. There's a path that is laid out for you, and it is opening up for you very soon. And it is quite literally changing the entire dynamic of the life that you have known up until now. But I do think you worked for it. It's not something that is just falling into your lap. You've studied for it, you worked for it, you did a lot of time and effort, or like a lot of behind the scenes work for this thing. You saved for it. But not only is there like happiness and fulfillment, emotional fulfillment that's coming in, but also there's a level of stability that is coming in as well because of this. And this is coming in next, very soon. That's really nice. So does group 4 know exactly what's coming in, or is it a surprise? Do they know exactly what is coming in, or is it a surprise? Do they know exactly what is coming in, or is it a surprise? It's a surprise. I mean, this looks like the most surprised card ever. It looks like confetti coming out of, you know, like New Year's Eve, people pop those things and like confetti falls out of it. That's what this made me think of. Two of Wands. Oh, this is definitely a surprise. Whatever is coming in that is giving you this stability and this new beginning, I don't think you know exactly what it is. You have like an idea of it, but it's almost like you're not expecting it. Like something is a surprise. Say, for example, if you apply to a bunch of schools, but you don't know which school you're going to get accepted to, or you apply to a bunch of schools and like some schools you feel like are more realistic for you to get into, but then other schools are not so realistic. Like this catches you off guard. It's like the school that you thought was not realistic is what opens up its doors for you. Or like a job, you apply to a bunch of jobs and you know, it's a job that really surprises you, catches you off guard. It's an interview, it's an opening, like something really is a surprise here. But you kind of have the idea, right? Like you know you're going to go to school. You know you're looking for a new job. You know you're doing this because obviously you're applying for it and you're putting yourself out there for it. But I think what it actually is really catching you off guard, and it is a total surprise. But it's like the best surprise. I think you're going to be very happy and really like you're not expecting what this is. You're not expecting the type of it or like the salary. You're not expecting how much you're going to get paid, how much stability it brings you. You're not expecting the scholarship amount. Like there's something about it that's shocking, but in the best way. And I really just hear Spirit saying like, you deserve it. You worked for it. This is not just life handing this to you on a silver platter. You worked for it. And you're finally like on the right path for it. So this is definitely happening soon. If I was to give a time frame, right now I'm recording this in June, I would say maybe even by August. So like the summertime, June, July, August, this is coming in. It's coming in soon, sooner than later. And it feels like closer to the end of 2026, you're already established in it. You're already like, you're more comfortable with it. You know what's happening with it. So what can group 4 do to prepare for this change? What can group 4 do to prepare for this change? Oh, you're group 4 and you have the 4s. I just thought about that. What can group 4 do to prepare for this change? 6 of Swords with the keyword science. We have dominion, and then we have power. Let's clarify. What can group 4 do to prepare for the change? Clarify the 6 of Swords. Princess of Swords. 6 of Swords. 6 of Swords talks about a transition. Pack your bags. Get ready. Get things ready. I also think mentally start to transition. Both of these are mental cards. So like getting yourself in the right mindset, the right headspace mentally, knowing that this change is coming in, that's something that can help you prepare for it. So it's not a sudden shock out of nowhere. I think even if you're prepared for it, like I said, it's still surprising you. But I think you getting in the right mindset can make it like a smoother transition. This also feels like do something in the time being that you haven't been able to do before. Like it almost feels like they're saying, well, you know this is going to happen, right? Like to some extent it's playing out in this way. So what would you do if you knew you're getting the end result? Because I'm thinking about this as traveling for some of you. Like say if you have like a month of doing nothing before this comes in, maybe take a trip, maybe go travel somewhere, maybe go do the things that you haven't had time to do. Now that you know something is solidifying itself for you. Whether it's mentally preparing for it, whether it's physically doing something that you haven't had time for. They want you to like, yeah, do something. Let me get one more card just to clarify this. We just have so many swords, right? I'm just kind of, one more card. Clarify this 6 of Swords and this page or Princess of Swords for what to do in the time being. Learn something new, because I think the Princess is actually the page And the Page of Swords is all about curiosity, intellectual thinking, reading, learning something new. It's a very curious energy. So maybe in this keyword science, maybe learn about something new, you know, prepare for the courses you're going to be taking, do some like background work, like prerequisites even for some of you if it's about school, or like if you know this is like a different job, maybe get yourself familiar with the materials and with what you're going to be doing, because this could definitely be about like learning something new in the time being that can help you with what it is you're going to be doing. A new skill, even heard a new language for someone. Maybe it's a physical language, like a literal language, learning like beginner terms for new languages, or I'm even hearing like coding language, like online with the computer. Maybe learn some coding languages or something about a new language, yeah. Learning about a new culture. There's something here about like learning for sure. Let's clarify, right? One more. What can group 4 do to prepare for this shift and prepare for the change? I'm even hearing for some of you, if you know you're going to a new location, reach out to people there. Make friends before you get there. Maybe through email, maybe through like apps, social media, I don't know. Like, this is feeling like get to know people before you get there. Maybe if you already have a roommate, you can like talk to your roommate before you get there. If you know where you're working, maybe talk to the coworkers before you get there. They want you to learn something new before you get to this new destination, and they want you to like meet and talk to people and get to know people before you get there too. What else can group 4 do to prepare for this change? Oh my gosh. 10 of Pentacles with wealth. Nothing. I would say there's really not much to do. 8 of Wands with the keyword swiftness. There's not much for you to do. Something is already happening for you. Something is already destined for you. It's already in the works. The 10 of Pentacles is already solid. So there's nothing you have to do to make it happen because it's already happening. So I think, yeah, preparing, getting to know people there, but there's literally nothing more to do. Just chill. Maybe that's why they want you to take this time off, because something is already solidified. And even this being Mercury in Sagittarius energy, it's making me think of long distance traveling, long distance communication. So if there's nothing for you to do when you have free time, go take a trip. You know, go like venture, go do something out of your regular routine. But this is already meant for you, group 4. So there is literally nothing for you to do. You've already secured it. That's why they gave that question of like, if you know you already secured something, what would you do in the meantime? It's already yours. So you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to stress about it. Maybe you don't even have to be here. You can go somewhere else. But it's already yours. This rainbow, it's already a positive ending. It's already, and it's interesting, right? Because there was rain. And the rainbow comes out after the storm. The storm has passed. The storm has officially passed. Even now, there's no rain. It's gone. Whatever pain or suffering or friction, conflict, whatever it is you dealt with to get here, it is done. It is gone. You don't have to relive it. You don't have to go back there. You're officially in the rainbow after the storm. I love that. Very straightforward. I honestly don't even know what else I would ask, but let's see. Where can group 4 expect to be by the end of 2026? Where can group 4 expect to be in this, on this venture, this career situation by the end of 2026? Where can they expect to be in regards to this situation? By the end of 2026, where can they expect to be? The Magician. Oh yeah. You're really sitting in your power by the end of the year. We have the Two of Swords with the keyword peace. And we have the Queen of Cups. Oh, I love it. By the end of 2026, in regards to this career situation here, group 4, you can expect to be living a new life. Living a new life, experiencing a new career path for sure, or school. Whatever it is, that is coming in, you're going to be pretty immersed in it by the end of the year. It's going to be a part of your routine. It's like this regular thing that's a part of your new life. And I love that this is peace, because it feels like there's no more fighting. There's no more conflict. There's no more whatever you were dealing with, especially with this Ten of Swords. It's not there anymore. You're truly finding peace in this situation by the end of the year. And I love that we have the Queen of Cups. You're happy, you're fulfilled, emotionally fulfilled, but there's also a lot of financial fulfillment and financial stability. This might not come in right away, but you're finding stability very quickly, and you're so happy. Like, your emotional satisfaction is like through the roof. You're so ridiculously happy about the way something played out, but also how hard you worked to make it happen. And the fact that this is your life, like, you're going to be so happy about that. So you're in a really good energy from now, or not now, I keep saying that, but this is what you're going to expect by the end of the year. You're in a really good energy. And even this 1 and 2, December, there could be a milestone that comes in December. Something big that comes in by the end of the year, or specifically in December, I mean. Anything else? Anything else for group 4? The Lovers. Oh, someone's knocking at my door. Whoa, you guys, that was weird, because the Lovers came out and my mom knocked on my bedroom door. And I just feel like someone's knocking, like a lover's situation, romantic situation is like knocking at your door, or like some kind of a romantic relationship is coming into your life. Yeah, I don't know. That was interesting. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing. I like this group. Very straightforward. Let's finish off with some oracle cards. Any last minute advice? Anything else for group 4? Oh my gosh, within the next few weeks. That's what I've been saying. Because even this, I said expected by August at the latest. Within the next few weeks. That makes sense. It's like sooner than later for sure. The thing that's coming in. Helpful people. Maybe there's people that are helping you get this. Not the right time. That makes sense, because within the next few weeks it will be the right time. And then big happy changes. Love it. Kangaroo with courage. You're being tested. Have faith and stand in your truth. Dragons. Gaia's gateway. Access Earth's inner wisdom. Leafcutter ant. Army of life. Ask for help. Seek support. You're not alone. That's the second time, because you also got helpful people. People are definitely there to help you. Sloth. Digital detox. Recalibrate, reset, and recharge. All right, last deck. Let's see. Any other advice here for group 4? Canary. Step forward now and sing your song. There is power in finding your voice. White Eagle. The connection to divine guidance is within you. Heron. Let go of convention and follow your own unique path. Nuthatch. Stay grounded and welcome the new knowledge and perspective coming to you. Okay, group 4, this is what I'm seeing for you. Thank you so much for letting me give you this reading. If you're interested in a private reading, go ahead and email me. My email is in the description below. If you're interested in exclusive content, go ahead and check out my Patreon. The viewers over there get an additional reading every week. So if you're interested, and there's a ton of videos if you want to binge watch, that is in the description below. And if you're interested in Otter Spirit, go ahead and check out the link in the description below and use my discount code if you're ever interested in purchasing anything. But yeah, thank you so much, you guys. Take good care of yourself, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.